Hello, everybody, and welcome into today's episode of Around the Slice. Today is Monday, December 2nd, so of course, I'm here for the staple Bills game recap show. This time, we are recapping and giving you my reactions to Bills 49ers. I just want to get one thing out of the way quick. If you were expecting a preview from me last Thursday or Friday, I apologize. Between Thanksgiving and my 21st birthday and just everything else going on with that holiday, I unfortunately was really busy with all that and couldn't fit in any time. So I apologize for that. But hopefully, you all had a great Thanksgiving and a Black Friday. If you did go shopping, then I didn't. But anyway, hopefully, you had a great time. So yeah, they've done it. I don't know what else to say. Like the Buffalo Bills have clinched our AFC East division champs, I should say rather, for the fifth straight season. 2020, 21, 22, 23, and now 2024 AFC East champions for the fifth straight year in a rebuilding year. I just find it all the national media experts and pundits were saying in April, May, and June over the summer, even during training camp and preseason, that the Bills are washed. When they released everyone, they were headed towards a rebuild. The Bills' time is done. The window's shut, concrete sealed. They released all these players, and the Bills and the Dolphins and Jets are going to do this and they're going to do that, and blah blah blah. They can't beat the Chiefs and whatever. Their time is done. All they ever do is win. They're not going to win the division. Okay, it was stupid back then. It's even more stupid now. People try to get too cute and get all stupid and try to say the Bills aren't going to win the AFC East because they're bored with them. They've won it for 5 years in a row now, and they're bored. They want to see someone else. They have a high-powered, flashy offense in Miami. Oh, they're winning the division. They have Aaron Rodgers in the Jets. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, a four-time MVP type quarterback. Newsflash: he's 41 years old as of today, literally, and he's just, put it bluntly, garbage. So I I don't know what else to say. Like the total, I don't know where this like Jets narrative came from. Like before the season, everyone hyped them up. No bigger entity than the NFL themselves because they treated them like, well, shoot, we better book our tickets to the Super Bowl right now. Because they got 6 primetime games, and all that hype was completely unfounded. There is no actual proof of concept that Jets have done anything even remotely meaningful over the last decade plus, damn near 20 years now. What have they done to deserve all that hype? And I have proof of all this. Okay, I'm someone who keeps everything in my memory bank in my phone. I have multiple, and I mean multiple screenshots that go all the way back to damn near back April and May of people saying the Bills this, the Bills that, they're garbage, their time is over, the Dolphins this, the Jets that, blah blah blah, AFC East this and that, blah, who cares? My favorite one is back in June, I think it was, when Emmanuel Acho said that we were going to have our worst season in the past 5 years, and this was going to be our worst team in the past 5 years. Sorry, buddy, but totally false. And trust me, I kept all that crap, so we don't forget. Anyway, little rant over. Bills beat the San Francisco 49ers to win their 5th straight AFC East division title 35-10, and the time was just like a little phony garbage time touchdown by the 49ers, so we really could have won 35-3, but we took our foot off the gas, if you will, at that point. So, anyway, my one word to describe this glorious win for the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to use the word electric. Everything about it was absolutely electric. Everything about it was what a Sean McDermott team is built for, what the Buffalo Bills and a Sean McDermott team thrives on. There was a lot of snow, and this, honestly, the snow downfall got worse during that game. There were a bunch of explosive players on offense, a bunch of explosive turnovers on defense. Everything about it was just electric. The atmosphere, the snow, the culture, the Sean McDermott way, if you will, the Buffalo Bills way, if you will. Electric plays on offense, electric turnovers on defense. Everything was just phenomenal. Everyone was perfect. There's nothing here that was wrong. They took care of business to win the division, and trust me, if you're someone out there that thinks the Buffalo Bills are going to let their foot off the gas pedal because they won the AFC East, you are sorely mistaken, because they're still hunting for that one seed, and a Sean McDermott-led team does not do that. Sean McDermott would never in a million years let that happen. Oh, guys, we won the division. No. We're hunting for that one seed. We have the head-to-head over the Chiefs. All the Chiefs have to do is lose one more game, and if we finish with the same record, let's say like 14-3 or 15-2, then we get the one seed because we got the head-to-head, obviously. But everything about this was absolutely electric. Even a couple of returns on special teams were very good. Bills inactives pregame. Wide receiver Keon Coleman. It sounds like he was really close to returning and playing after the bye week, but I guess the Bills want to keep it conservative, especially since he's a rookie, and Mac Hollins can do a lot of the same things he does, just a more veteran leadership type. And then corner Kyer Elam, he's been a healthy scratch since inactive the last couple weeks because one, Jamarcus Ingram and Cam Lewis are huge special teams contributors, and over him, and two, like Kyer Elam hasn't panned out and he doesn't really work. Like he plays not a lick of, he doesn't give you a lick of special teams ability. So unfortunately, I think they're headed for a divorce, if you will, this offseason and find a trade partner that works for both parties. Linebacker Eddie Ulofoshio. Every week it's like down to who's going to be inactive between Nicholas Morrow, Joe Andreessen, Eddie Ulofoshio. Other than one game this year, it's always been Eddie Ulofoshio. Guard / center Will Clapp. I think Will Clapp will be cut, one, when Dwayne Carter comes back next week, and or when Tylen Grable comes back in the next couple weeks. I think Will Clapp was a casualty there. QB Mike White. It was kind of interesting that the Buffalo Bills, if Bills specifically, sorry, kind of worded that weirdly. Excuse me. The Bills specifically elevated Mike White the other day. I was like, this is weird. Allen's not hurt. Trubisky isn't hurt. And then come to find out is a healthy scratch. But if you get elevated from the practice squad, you get a whole game day bonus for being on the game day roster. A whole game day check. They probably wanted to reward Mike White for his good practice squad efforts. They've done that for a handful of years in a row now, here and there during the year, where Sean McDermott and Brendan Bean love to reward their practice squad players for being a good sport, I guess, in practice. And then tight end Dalton Kincaid. It is concerning that after you had a whole bye week and he still didn't return to play. All they're calling it is a knee. There's rumors that it's a PCL sprain. So if it's that, I don't suspect we'll see him next week and maybe not even the week after. So we'll just have to really keep an eye on that. Honestly, though, Dalton Kincaid, like Dawson Knox, has been perfectly fine. I'm not saying get Dalton Kincaid out of here. We don't need him, but like we haven't really missed him. If that's weirdly enough. Stock report. Who really impressed? I'm gonna cut to the chase here. QB Josh Allen. I don't want to swear. Holy mother of God, Josh bleeping Allen. Dude, you see this man on a weekly basis. Last night was another level. Every throw he made was on point. He didn't have any underthrows, any overthrows. I think he had one throw that was almost picked in the second quarter, but that was literally it. Khalil Shakir dropped a ball in the beginning that he easily should have caught. I don't care if it's in the snow or not, but maybe the flurries got in his eyes. I don't know, but Josh Allen is MVP frontrunner right now. I don't want to hear about Lamar, okay? He's severely faded the last 3 or 4 weeks, month or so, give or take, around there. Jalen Hurts probably isn't better as Lamar. I don't want to hear about Patrick Mahomes. His team's winning, but this is an individual award. It shouldn't be about your team. Who cares if you have the best record in the league? I don't care. It's about individual performance. You could talk about Saquon Barkley, but he's a running back, so unfortunately it's not going to go to him. I think Josh Allen, in terms of quarterbacks, far and away is the MVP frontrunner. Don't give me that Lamar garbage. Don't give me that Mahomes garbage. Goff doesn't have the volume or passing stats to do that. But listen to this boy's stats last night, Josh Allen. 13 of 17. Only attempting 17 attempts. That's okay. We relied on James Cook, Ray Davis, and Ty Johnson heavily last night. 76% completion percentage, 148 passing yards. Again, he doesn't need a ton of passing volume to be a superstar. 2 passing touchdowns, 3 rushes, 18 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. And then listen to this. He also added casually 1 receiving touchdown in there. Excuse me. This was absurd. On the play, Josh Allen throws it to Amari Cooper. Technically, it's for -2 yards, but Josh Allen flicks it to Amari Cooper. Josh Allen's running behind him. Amari Cooper locks eyes with him. He passes it back nonchalantly, and just Josh Allen dives for the end zone. Like the you guys will see I'm gonna use the picture of Josh Allen like in the air like Superman for the thumbnail of this Around the Slice episode today. You're on YouTube, so that's an incentive to go on YouTube, but it was awesome. So it goes down. It doesn't go down as a regular reception, which is weird, but it's counted as a receiving touchdown. He's the first QB ever in the NFL to have a passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown, all three in the same game. That's just, special. And also, Josh Allen is the new Buffalo Bills franchise record for total touchdowns, passing, and rushing. He beat Jim Kelly, guys. Like, if you're like a lot older than me, obviously you watch Jim Kelly, like my dad did. Like, I told him last night, like, who would have thought watching Jim Kelly, watching whoever the hell drought quarterback, that we would ever have a more like another franchise record breaker with touchdowns. Like come on, that's just ridiculous. But Josh Allen, like, he's MVP frontrunner right now. I don't know how that play alone should be like an MVP frontrunner type play. And then, like I said, all three running backs were phenomenal as well. James Cook, 14 carries, 107 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 catch for 13 yards. James Cook is a fireball, a home run threat every single time. I mean, he can literally take it to the house, whatever, jet sweep, whatever, screen, whatever, anything. And then Ray Davis, I thought this was a very well scripted game plan for Ray Davis. That doesn't make sense. This great game script heavily favored Ray Davis because the truth is he's a much more physical runner than James Cook. So in the snow, in the elements, this was a Ray Davis type game through and through. His running style is exactly what we needed here. 11 carries, 63 yards, 1 touchdown, and then 1 catch for 4 yards, I guess. Every week, he's inching closer and closer to like 10 and 12 touches. That's what I want to see between rushing and receiving combined. 10 and 12 touches, maybe like 8 or 9 rushes and like 1 to 2 to 3 catches. So really good. And then Ty Johnson, they love him in pass pro, and I do as well. He had 5 carries for 28 yards and 1 catch for 9 yards. They line him up at like hybrid tight end sometimes as an insert blocker, just like Alec Anderson. It's really, really good how they use him. And then we got quite a few weapons here. Khalil Shakir, 4 catches for 30 yards. Again, it's not the 7 or 8 catches he's been having the last month or so. And it's not like the 60 to 70 receiving yards he's been having the last month or so. But 4 catches. I believe 2 or 3 of them came on third down. One of them was a beautiful seam shot from Josh. It was amazing to see. And then wide receiver Matt Collins, 1 catch, 7 yards, 1 touchdown. Again, he never gets a ton of volume. He never really gets above 3 or 4 catches on a weekly basis, if that. But huge, huge red zone target. He's just a more veteran version of Keon Coleman. And he can surprisingly run. You're not going to ask him to be like an elite, high-level top guy route winner in the middle of the field. Like, he runs routes at a serviceable level, excuse me. There you go. And he runs those for the love of the game routes, which are decoy routes to draw DBs to him and open up Shakir and Kincaid, Dawson Knox. It was incredible. I really warmed up to Matt Collins after being kind of him the last month or so of the season. And then Jalen Virgil. I want to shout out Jalen Virgil. He might be cut next week with some roster gymnastics, but 1 fumble recovery. Cole Bishop forced it, and he recovered it. So, big spot for Jalen Virgil. Speaking of Dawson Knox in the middle of the field, Dawson Knox, 2 catches for 56 yards. That's 28 yards per catch. He seems to just show up on third down when you need him, and like he's a really good blocker as well. And then defense. Defense on Garrett Rousseau. 4 tackles, 1 sack. Only sack of the night, unfortunately. 3 tackles for loss, 1 QB hit, and 1 fumble recovery. He stuffs the box score on a week-to-week basis, and he's arguably as good a run defender as he is a pure pass rusher. Like, he combines speed, athleticism, bend, power, everything you want in a pass rusher wrapped into one big ball. Literally 6'7", 270, so just immaculate. And then linebacker Terrell Bernard, he had 9 tackles, and he didn't give up anything in coverage either. Corner Christian Benford, he had 1 tackle, 1 pass deflection, 1 fumble recovery. Again, Christian Benford, he's not going to get a lot of ton of picks per year. He's not going to get a ton of forced fumbles or fumble recoveries, a ton of splash plays. He'll get a ton of pass breakups, but that's because he's rarely targeted. Like, he doesn't, and when he is targeted, he doesn't give up crap. Like, dude's a monster when it comes to pass breakups and stuff like that. I mean, his coverage is elite. He better be first team All-Pro this year or we riot. I'm going to flip out if he's not. Corner, Rasul Douglas, 5 tackles and 1 TFL. Rasul Douglas isn't overly dynamic or athletic. And obviously he doesn't have nearly as many interceptions as he did last year in the Bills. Well, he started with the Packers and then the Bills. But most of them came with the Bills last year. Give or take around there. But what I'm trying to say is Rasul Douglas is surprisingly a lot more physical than I would have ever imagined for a corner that's known for ball skills and interceptions. And then Taron Johnson, 6 tackles. He can line up at slot corner, a hybrid safety in rare occasions, a dime linebacker, a regular linebacker. I mean, he's just always around the ball. He's an elite coverage guy. He's an elite run stuffer. He's elite at everything. For my money, he's like easily by far the best slot corner in the league. So we've talked about this every week this year. And then safety Taylor Rapp. He's another player. I was kind of lukewarm on him last year, but like, damn, Taylor Rapp has really stepped up his coverage ability because he was always a phenomenal tackler, but his coverage ability has really stepped up. 6 tackles, 1 forced fumble. The forced fumble was Kyle Juszczyk at the 1-yard line when he was about to reach it over, but nah, it didn't cross that goal line, buddy, because Taylor Rapp, peanut Tillman, peanut punch came out. And then safety Cam Lewis. He only had 2 tackles, but Cam Lewis only played like 23% of defensive snaps, I believe, last night. It's the 49ers, that is. But very limited snaps. But every time he's in there on those very limited snaps, he makes a play, a key pass breakup, a key pass deflection at the line. He's the 3rd dime linebacker or extra dime defensive back, whatever it is called, whatever term they use. And every time he's in there, he makes like a crucial play, like tackle for loss, run stop, pass deflection at the line, pass breakup, and coverage. It's really good. And then safety Cole Bishop, he's turned into a really nice special teams guy. 2 tackles and 1 forced fumble. And I'm sure it helps to have Cam Lewis in the secondary with you because Cam Lewis is a special teams ace, as we all know. So yeah, it helps. And then Brandon Codrington, he had 2 returns for 18 yards, 9 per, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He would have returned a touchdown, but it was like holding, so they brought it back. He's been close on like 2. He should have 2 or 3 kick return touchdowns by now. 1, he's not overly dynamic and athletic, so he can't really outrun guys. That's why he's been brought down very close to the end zone sometimes. But also, he's had a couple penalties brought back for return touchdowns. So he's really good, though. And interesting enough, they used Ray Davis and Ty Johnson some last night in the return. Not Ty Johnson, just Ray Davis, in the return game. And then the entire offense line, I'm telling you, left tackle Deion Dawkins, left guard David Edwards, center Connor McGovern, right guard Cybo, Cyrus Torrance, right tackle Spencer Run. They all work so well together. And specifically, I want to shout out Cybo. I want to shout out Cyrus Torrance, because on that little like 10-yard Ray Davis touchdown run in the first quarter, first touchdown of the game, Torrance absolutely mollywopped a dude. I mean, flat out erased him from the screen. I can't remember who it was. I believe it was Leonard Floyd, who funny enough was in the Bills last year, but he absolutely mollywopped him. And like, he's a road grader in the run game. He's surprisingly better than I thought he would be in his second year in the pass game too. Pass protection. Mixed. I don't want to be negative. I'm just going to put DeMar Hamlin in the mix, guys, because he had 5 tackles, his official stats. He missed like 3. He could have had like 9 or 10 tackles, but he missed quite a few tackles last night. It really kind of bugged me. So he does that. The only players that really don't miss tackles on this team are 3 corners, Christian Benford, Taron Johnson, and Rasul Douglas. Everyone else has a high amount of missed tackle rate, which is really concerning. And then sack down, run defense. I mean, Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones are consistently getting blown off the ball, blown off the line. Like, they're getting pushed back significantly. Like, you can tell, like, what is going on. Like, they're in the run game. Like, we have no run stuffers. They can't. Jordan Phillips, terrible against the run game. Quentin Jefferson, he's known for pass rush more than anything. And Daquan Jones and Ed Oliver are getting blown off the ball, especially Daquan Jones. Like, it was embarrassing how many times he got blown off the line last night. So My big switch of the game award. This is going to be kind of unconventional, right? Because I'm not going to give it to Josh Allen because that's too easy. I'm not going to give it to James Cook because that's too easy. I'm going to give it to offensive line coach Aaron Kromer. I know, guys, unconventional answer, right? But the way he has this offensive line playing, the development of Spencer Brown from year 2 to year 3 and now year 4, the development of Osiris Torrance coming in as a rookie and now his second year, the reshuffling of cutting Mitch Morris and bringing Connor Governor from left guard to center and David Edwards from the bench to the starting left guard, and then even Alec Anderson in the run game is the sixth offensive line / insert blocker in a lot of key situations. Offensive line coach Aaron Kromer. Coach Aaron Kromer is one of the most respected offensive line coach of the past decade plus, of the past decade at least, give or take. Decade at least, I believe it is. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to give it to him. Unconventional answer, but the run scheme is absolutely flourishing this year. The pass protection schemes are absolutely flourishing this year. For once, what he's done, how he's transformed the last offense line over the last 2 years and kept everyone healthy is insane. Burst has the game award. I don't have any. I'm not putting DeMar in here. He just had a few more missed tackles down 1 and 2. Reflecting on 5 game predictions for preview. NA, not available. None. Sorry, 0. Just I explained that at the beginning. And then final thoughts, just questions. Josh Allen's the MVP front right now, and I want to hear about any others. And then the Bills have an absolutely great RB room. Like James Cook, starter, electric and pass and run game respectively. Ray Davis, power back, awesome RB2. Ty Johnson for an RB3, you could do much worse. And they love him in pass pro, as do I. So awesome RB room. And then this is just an observation going forward. Dawson Knox needs more snaps even when Dalton Kincaid returns. And I don't mean more snaps with 12 personnel and 2 tight ends. I mean more of Dawson Knox on the field by himself. Like maybe 65% Dalton Kincaid of snaps, 35% Dawson Knox of snaps. I'm not talking about Quinn Morris or Zach Davidson, but I would divvy it up like that. I don't mean more snaps with 12 personnel and 2 tight ends. Shelf that. That clearly doesn't work. Get that crap out of here. But Dawson Knox by himself needs more snaps than just regular 11 personnel, 1 tight end set with just Dawson Knox, even when Kincaid gets back. And then I always, as you guys know, love to give takeaways from the offensive and defensive snap counts. From offensive snap count side, there's nothing really of note. You're going to notice, I just want to say this isn't a bad thing, but if you looked at the snap counts, you're going to notice that a lot of stars like James Cook, Khalil Shakir, Dawson Knox played a lot less snaps than the percentage of snaps than they usually do. It's because the game was over by the end of the third quarter, early fourth quarter at the very least, and they just took those guys out. So they played significant less snaps just because of game script and just garbage time and all that. That's just something to keep an eye on. And then defensive snap counts. The Bills didn't waste any time getting Matt Milano back out there, other than certain dime packages, with Cam Lewis and such. And Taron Johnson buzzed down linebacker. He never left the field. He played 77% defensive snaps. And honestly, he could have played 95, 100, but they used dime packages quite a bit last night. And unfortunately, Dorian Williams didn't play a single defensive snap. He was special teams only, but I'm completely fine with that. Dorian Williams is a luxury to have at third linebacker, and then hopefully a special teams stalwart focusing on just that now. So that was awesome to see. So just how it shook out with Matt Milano returning. Didn't waste any time. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, Bills are in the AFC East for a 5th year in a row. I'm calling them out. All the stupid national media people don't know what the hell they're talking about. And I have screenshots saved. And, yeah, they just don't know what they're talking about. We're still hunting for that 1 seed, though. So don't think for a minute that Sean McDermott's going to go easy on these guys. Oh, no. They're hunting for it. Anyways, guys, I'm really excited to be back. Once again, I hope you had a great holiday break. Just Thanksgiving, my 21st birthday. And then the Bills win the AFC East. It was quite a great week for me personally. So yeah. Anyways, I'll be back. Let's see. What's this Friday date? I'll be back Friday, December 6th for the Bills Rams preview show. I'm here and around the slice. I'm thinking right now, just way early, 4 days early before the preview. That could be a sneaky game in my mind, but we'll see how it turns out. Anyways, guys. Relish in the fact that the Bills are AFC East champions for the 5th year in a row. Everyone else can shut up and they don't know what they're talking about. with the Bills declining, headed towards a rebuild. Anyways, guys, I will see you in a few days for that Bills Rams preview show. Once again, Friday, December 6th. If you would like, I'm not kidding about this either. If you would like to follow me personally on Twitter at awanker13, I will be posting all my screenshots from April and May of national media pundits and experts, experts that said the Bills are declining, the Bills are rebuilding, this and that. So if you want to see me clown all them and post all the screenshots I have, you can follow me personally at awanker13. You can follow the show on Twitter at Around Slice. You, of course, watch or listen to this podcast on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get favorite podcasts. Also, the growth this season has been great, but I'm on the road to 50 subscribers. Let's get to the big 5-0 by the end of the season. Hopefully that's February. Wink, wink. So, anyways, guys, I will see you in a few days. Have a great day. This season's been awesome. It'll continue to be awesome. Thank you for the support as always. Bye.